Here we are at the lot. It is December 26th, day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone, if we didn't tell you earlier. But yeah, it's about, I'm not sure what time it is. Let me check. It is about 3 p.m., so right at merienda time. So they're getting ready to take their merienda. As you can see, they're forming another beam on this side. And they're forming it on top of the pillars, and they're going to backfill underneath of it. But there was a big pile of dirt here. It has been moved and put in for the backfill. Our backhoe driver is back today. He was back this morning, so big surprise. But yeah, they're forming another beam there. So yeah, I can actually get over on this side now that the dirt's been moved and be able to see from a different angle. So this might help. But yeah, you can see they form the beams kind of in place. Put the stirrups on. Now they're forming the forms around it so they can pour the concrete. And they've got the rocks piled up underneath to hold it up so it holds the boards together. They also have them nailed together. And here's where it's dug out. There, of course, is the catch basin and the well over there behind the pressure tank. It's not hooked up. There's still the other pile of dirt. But yeah, these other piles of dirt have been kind of leveled out and backfilled. We think we're going to have to bring in some dirt because, as you can see, this beam looks like it's higher than the beams over there, but it actually is not. The land is sloped. So they are going to have to level. They are leveling the land to make it the same height. So that way our house will be nice and level. But yeah, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but here's the lot next to us. It slopes down quite drastically. There's a ledge there, and then it drops off quite a bit. So it seems that the land really slopes a lot from the road. So over there is the Barangay Road, and then there's our access road. So yeah, we're moving the sand off of the access road. So I think we have a buyer for the lot here next to us. So we're clearing the access road so they can gain access to it. But yeah, these guys are working hard, getting ready to take their merienda. But yeah, there's that. Actually, I think I'll walk this way. So yeah, if I fall, I would just edit that out. So you'll notice a really big edit. So don't be worried. It means I survived, especially if I was able to edit it. So yeah, you can see pretty deep. Doesn't look as deep from this side. So I think the slope of the land probably is part of it. But yeah, we're going to have to get some dirt and build these up. But you can see all the columns are nice and formed, nice and cured. All the footers. So yeah, so looking really good. Looking really good. So yeah, I'm going to try and climb up here without falling. Definitely edit out the climbing. But yeah, you can see here. So here's a steep drop. But yeah, they're throwing all the big rocks in there because they use those put underneath. And you can see there's a big old root there that they pulled up when they were digging. So, of course, here's my pool. So you can see really close to the house. So there is a back porch and then the pool deck that surrounds the pool. So, but that's actually part of the kind of the back porch. So, and then over here, this has all been leveled and backfilled. And so I thought there was another beam about right here, but it turns out these ones are just going to connect across the back. So yeah, it's kind of nice. They patched up a couple of those over there after they took the forms off. So those were the ones that they were pouring when we were here 2 days ago. So sometimes when they take the forms off, they're a little marked up. So they actually patch them up. So sorry, the sun might be shining in the camera there, but yeah, excellent job. Excellent job. So once again, December 26th, day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll probably be saying that for another week or so. So sorry about that. But yeah, excellent job. The concrete mixer is still not working. So any concrete mixing has happened to be done by hand, which is very slow. Very slow. Talked about that in the last one. So So yeah, so we are planning to rent another concrete mixer. So hopefully we'll have that here shortly. But yes, it's coming around really good. So yeah, this one you can see has been formed here. They haven't taken the forms off of it yet. I don't know if it was poured today or not. But yeah, they're building the pillars up. But yeah, this looks really nice. It still needs to be compacted down, but it's actually been smoothed quite a bit. So, and they're actually saying that here probably first week of January we'll be pouring the floor on this side. So I thought they were going to bring in a concrete truck to pour the floor, but that is not correct. They're actually going to bring in a concrete truck to pour the roof. So we have a concrete roof as well. We opted for a flat roof with a slight slope so the water runoff, but concrete roof because it's less maintenance. Work out better with the solar and all that. And so yeah, so when they pour the roof is when they'll actually bring the concrete truck in. They're gonna use the concrete mixer for anything prior to that. So the floor will also be concrete mixer. So that'll be done in sections. So, but yeah, we're making progress. Only 2, 4, 6, 8 workers here now. And I believe, yes, those 8 workers are going to be leaving on the 28th, so 2 days, and they will head home and come back. Then all 20 plus will be back on the 2nd. So, but yeah, there's foreman over there. So, and Abigail and Cynthia and Archie. Sorry, see Archie through the column. But yeah, there's Archie. But yeah, excellent job. Backhoe driver, like I said, he gets back today. But yeah, the concrete mixture is still on the fritz. So yeah, we were able to they moved this over here so they could then move the sand. So move the sand, and we're also going to move the gravel. We're expecting another load of gravel to come in because we're about out of gravel. We have all these bags. I don't know if that's sand or gravel. I think that's gravel. Yeah, that's gravel. So we got all those bags of gravel. So, but yeah, that's the last of the gravel. So we need to get some more gravel in. And then we should be expecting a load of hollow block to come soon because they're going to start forming up the hollow block walls. This is one I was going to explain before. So the way the hollow block works is, once again, if I fall, you'll just notice a big edit, so don't be panicked. So, but yeah, you see these rebar that are sticking up, the hollow block will actually go over them. And so the hollow block will go over them, and they will form the wall that way. They have concrete inside the hollow block as well as around the hollow block. So they're sealed together with concrete and they are filled with concrete. But they will go over those rebar, so that way it keeps them lined up. And so yeah, so that's why they have all these sticking up. Here's one, and actually I don't want to mess that up. Here's one that was just poured, so it is still wet. So yeah, and that should be the back of the house. So yeah, because then this one will go over this column here. We'll go over to those columns. So yeah, form the back of the house. So yeah, and that's part of the whole open area. This is going to be the guest bedroom side. Like we mentioned, this would be, I think, the second guest bedroom where I'm standing now. And then this one over here will be the bathroom between the 2 guest bedrooms, and then that over there will be the first guest bedroom. So, and then we have hallways on both sides. There'll be a hallway on this side that goes to the open area, and a hallway on this side that goes to the open area, and a hallway outside of the bedrooms. So it goes between the 3 rooms, the 2 guest bedrooms and the bathroom. So yeah, super excited. I think the hallway is about right here, would be my guess. That's where these beams are here, that's probably where the hallway is. So yeah, not super huge bedrooms, but they are oversized for Filipino bedrooms. So, and of course those are the 2 pillars that are the front of the house, which helps me to always kind of judge it. My hand's shaking a little bit, but I think the camera actually takes the shake out, so that's good. But yeah, the door, our front door will be I'm pretty sure between those two, but my wife has said that she thinks it's actually maybe to the, right now, the right of the rightmost pillar. Or if you're facing the front of the, if you're facing towards the front of the house, it would be to the left. So, but yeah, I was looking for the plans so that I could actually confirm the measurement on the pool. I saw there, sorry, I mentioned in the last one that the pool was like 7 by 10 or something. It's actually 10 by 20, roughly. So yeah, so 10 wide by 20 feet long, and so just short. It's in meters, so it doesn't come out exact, but yeah, but that's where it is, and it will be 5 feet deep. We're keeping it at the 5 foot level because my wife and most of my in-law family does not know how to swim, so I want to make sure that they're all at least 5 feet tall, so at least that way they can still stand in it, so without any worries. So yeah, yeah, these guys are running lines so they know where the level mark is, so they can see. I think that's what they're doing. They're measuring. They're measuring with, that's what they use. They don't use a tape measure. They actually use their measuring cord. It's a cord that they use to measure, so then they know where everything needs to go. So it's pretty ingenious. So yeah, but yeah, sorry, my hand is shaking. But yeah, so yeah, that's what it looks like today. So I appreciate their work. They're not taking their merienda yet, so maybe they're trying to finish some stuff up before they take their merienda, but normally they take merienda here at 3 o'clock, so yeah, but anyway, that's kind of the update for today, kind of standing in the middle. This will be the open area of the house here. So yeah, this will probably be, I think, my dining. Oops, I almost fell there. That would have been good. But yeah, I think this will be my dining room. And so yeah, so living room is on this side, kitchen is on this side, and then of course the master suite with the office. Office will be over there. Should all work out. It's looking good. Wanted to add this. This is our view from our front porch, is what this is going to be. So you can see the mountain in the distance, which is really nice. And then one of the other big features of the Philippines is the beautiful blue sky. So very relaxing. So yeah, so there's the beautiful blue sky. Thought it was going to rain a little bit earlier, but yeah, so definitely like being in paradise. Like being in paradise. God bless you! But yeah, there's the mountain in the distance. You can actually see it today. Usually there's clouds around it with it being rainy season, but yeah, you can see it pretty good today. So yeah, there it is. Hello everyone, this is my outro. Apologize, second time taping it because I forgot to turn the microphone on, which, yeah, new move. Sorry about that, but I made a list. So yeah, so the screen that we're looking on here is actually a screen from my stream. So those of you who don't know, I do gaming streaming 5 days a week since I've come to the Philippines. I think I did 3 days a week when I was in America. I did it at night when I was in America. I do it here in the mornings, so that I'm actually hitting the same viewer base. I have a core group of viewers that watch me, and so that's what kind of started the YouTube channel. And now the vlogging was something we had always kind of planned on. But this is a screen I had modified by the guy who made me my screens to, or the outro with, because I don't have to hold the camera. Webcam makes a much smaller video file, and it's a lot easier to do and a lot easier to edit. Of course, I do have to remember to turn the microphone on. So sorry about that. But yeah, so the backhoe driver, I had mentioned that the backhoe driver was surprised that he was there. I didn't mean that as a negative. I apologize. It kind of sounded negative when I listened back to it. We were not expecting him back until January 2nd. So the fact that he was there this morning was a big surprise and a pleasant surprise, because we're able to get the backfill put in, as well as get the sand and gravel moved off of the access road. So that was really nice. Their merienda, I mentioned that they should be going to merienda, and it was strange they hadn't gone to merienda yet. That's at 3 o'clock every day. They actually took merienda early. because we had sent some food over from the Christmas party that we had in Manila yesterday. So some leche flan, some puto, which is rice cake, not the rice cakes that we have in America that are like styrofoam. These are like more of an angel food cake. They're circular. They have a little dollop of cheese on top. I have them for breakfast pretty much every morning. One of my nieces here makes them as a business, and I buy them and use that for my breakfast here, which is really good. But yeah, we took some of those over, took over a couple other things. So, but yeah, we try to take stuff over for them. So yeah, someone asked in the last video about the actual size of the house. So the size of the house is just short of 180 square meters. They do everything here metric. So that comes out to around 1,940 square feet. So 1,940 square feet, which is a pretty good size house. The lot is actually 1,170 square meters, which comes out to 12,600 square feet, give or take. And so yeah, so as you can see with the property, the house, the width of the house is taking up pretty much the whole width of the property. So it was designed that way. So we have a little bit of a walkway on the, if you're facing the front of the house, towards the house, we have a little bit of a walkway on the right. Right now, it looks like we have a big walkway on the left, but there's actually going to be a carport that goes in there. And so under the carport will be the septic tank. So there's a septic tank, carport on top of it, and then behind the carport is the catch basin for the rainwater that'll come off the roof. And then, of course, behind that is the well. So yeah, so from the front of our property, so the house is back, maybe it's 3 meters. But yes, and then there's a little bit larger area in the back. So after the house ends, we have the pool deck, we have the pool, and then after that, there's at least 3 to 5 meters of property left in the back. So there will be a building over the well. So we will build a concrete floor there where the well is, and a building over it that'll have the water purification in it. It'll probably, we have a tank that we're actually going to have the water pumped into. And that will probably, we're not sure if it's going to be on top of that building or next to the building. We haven't quite figured the logistics out of that yet. But yeah, so that's where that'll be. So yeah, that's the actual size of the property. Sorry, I've never mentioned that before. I mentioned that there were 8 workers. There was actually 10 workers. There were 2 that were hiding on me. 8 of them will be leaving. I said the 28th, but it looks like they actually, on Saturday, they work half a day. And so they're planning, I think, maybe to leave tomorrow at noon after they get paid. So if they get paid tomorrow, they're going to leave tomorrow. Can't blame them there. And so, but 8 of them will be leaving. We have 2 that are staying for security purposes as well as for some other reasons. And they're going to stay through the holiday. So, but yeah, so we got that. I mentioned that the hollow blocks would be delivered soon. The hollow blocks will actually not be delivered until after the 1st. So our build's a little different than a lot of the others I've seen here in the Philippines. Most of the ones I've seen here in the Philippines, they put the beams in, they put the hollow blocks in, and then they pour the floor after the walls are at least partially formed. Ours, they're putting the beams in, then they're going to pour the floors, and then they will put the hollow block walls in. So the walls will actually go in after the floor is poured. I did mention in this video that the floors will be poured with a concrete mixer, not a concrete truck. They're going to use the concrete truck for the roof. So yeah, we actually will have a concrete roof, a poured roof. The main reason for that is it's less maintenance. It is more expensive, but it's less maintenance here. We're so close to the ocean that the metal roofs with the metal beams start to rust very quickly, and they have to be replaced quite often. So the concrete roof, it will be a sloped roof with a slight slope so the water will run off. But the concrete roof is less maintenance. Costs more up front, but less maintenance for the future, which is what we're looking for since we're retired. So floor, they're actually going to use the mixer. They'll be using either the rental mixer that we pick up to facilitate the one that's broken, or they will use the broken one after being fixed. But yeah, they will not mix the floor by hand because that is going to be a lot of pours. So that would take forever. So, but they are going to pour it in sections. So yeah, the once the beams are in, so once you saw they were working on a beam today over on the master bedroom suite side. Once all the beams are in and all the dirt has been backfilled and compacted, they will treat the soil for termites and ants, as we have, the Philippines has a big termite problem. So all of them are treated for termites. I specifically requested for ant treatment because we got a lot of ants. And so, especially with the trees there. So they're going to treat for both of those. And then they will pour the floor on top after the treatment. So that way it'll form a barrier on the house. So, but yeah, that's where that is. And then at the very end, I apologize. I was going to edit it out, but I didn't. And mostly for cultural purposes. But the backhoe driver sneezed. You guys might have heard the sneeze. But most of you from my church there, Tiffany Fellowship, shout out to Tiffany Fellowship. But most of you from my church know that I've never, ever missed a sneeze where I did not tell the person, God bless you. So here in the Philippines, people do not do that. So you heard me say, he sneezed. I said, God bless you at the top of my lungs, which I do everything at the top of my lungs. And everybody laughed. And so it actually makes me stand out as an American because they do not do that here. It's a cultural thing. But I am hoping that I will make it rub off because I definitely believe that we could all use a little bit more of God's blessing. Amen. So yeah, so I did say, God bless you. And they all laughed about that. But it's not the first time that's happened. I think I have edited some of the other ones out. But yes, so yeah, so there's that. But do appreciate you guys watching the streams. Hope you're getting something from it. I know I am enjoying it. Editing part's getting a little tedious, but that's okay, especially when I don't turn the microphone on. But yeah, I hope you're liking them. If so, please like and subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment. So at least I know you guys are watching them, that you're enjoying them. Let me know where you're from, and ask any questions. Like I said, I definitely try to use these outros to answer some of those questions. So appreciate it, and Merry Christmas again. We'll probably be saying that here in the Philippines, they celebrate Christmas in every month that ends in Burr. So October, September, November, December. So yeah, we will do that at least probably until the 31st. So it doesn't feel like Christmas here because it's warm, but yes, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, you and your families, and I will see you in the next one, and God bless. Talk to you soon.